it's probably another video that I'm going to talk about, which is quite crucial in service accommodation business. Has also helped a lot of my investors through my personal mistakes over the years, and this is today I'm going to talk about your housekeeping team, also your cleaners. Right, so let's get into it, guys. I think what's happened yesterday has made me think actually there needs to be something out there for people to understand that how important is your housekeeping team, but also at the same time how differently, or how can you hire them, or how to manage them, or what if things goes wrong with your team, how do you kind of mitigate the risk. So today's video I'm gonna straight crack on what happened yesterday shortly, and then but also be able to share you some of my advice on how to hire a good housekeeping team, so hopefully in future you'll not have many issues. Yesterday I had my housekeeping team called me and said in one of the locations they can't attend it to do the clean. All of a sudden I'm thinking I've got a client coming at 3 o'clock, which is my weekly contractors. So yeah, so I now need to make sure that my apartment is ready for my weekly contractors to come in. So the main thing was okay, actually I can't blame the housekeeping team, because obviously they need to go for their personal reasons and they can't attend the business. Now I'm looking at my backup and what can I do. So luckily around me I've worked with loads of bespoke investors who I've sourced them units. So I start calling potentially three of my bespoke investors locally to ask them if they've got any unit available, so I can move my contractors for at least 2 nights, 3 nights, or even that week, before I sort everything out. But every single one was booked in, so every single of my investors' apartment was fully booked, and that now leaves me to say I can't replace them to anywhere else. I do not want to let these contractors down, because they've been with me for nearly, I think this is their 4th week running, and they've probably got another 2 weeks. And the biggest problem or the issue I can give the main guy who books with me is to let them know that I can't accommodate today. So moving into how lucky I am that I've worked with all this bespoke investor club, I started calling my investors to then let them know that, look, do you know what, I'm having a problem today, and this is what my problem is. Now normally I'm in the position of helping all my investors, telling them what to do, how to do, but today I was in a position to ask in help, which is fine, that's how you work as a team. So I asked them saying, look, could you spare cleaners, or have you can your cleaners come and do mine, I'll attend them, and blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, calling again cleaners after cleaners, because we're asking them to come in like literally in an hour to get the apartment ready, or even in 2 hours for the apartment to be ready by 3 o'clock. And now they've got their own jobs and stuff like that, they can't attend straight away. So 2 of the housekeeping team actually said they can't attend today, and I was very lucky that one of my investors' cleaner, which was I think about 20 miles away from me, said yes. But the only thing was I had to go pick them up, drop them off, buy loads of cleaning products. But at the end I had achieved what I wanted to achieve. It took me time, it probably spent an hour, 2 hours calling people, finding stuff, but by 3 o'clock I had those cleaners in with me and we had all the apartment ready. Now this falls down to essentially a backup cleaner, and I must say my housekeeping team, or my cleaners, have always been very, very reliable. And I've gone through quite a few, because one of the biggest thing I share with my investors is when they first actually have secured the unit is to interview at least 3 different cleaners or housekeeping teams. So one of the things I'm going to cover today, guys, is to say, once you've secured your unit, what are the steps you've got to take to make sure that you have a good housekeeping team in place, or how do you find them? Way to hire a housekeeping team. So if you've just secured your unit, these are the things that I would always recommend my Bespoke Investor Club to do, and I'll be sharing that with you guys today. So the first thing I say is always interview at least 3 cleaners. Right, so that's number 1. The reason why I do that is you want to know, you know, how flexible they are. So one of the things with service apartment is you might not have a booking tomorrow, but then all of a sudden you might have a last minute booking. So the expectation needs to be set up with your housekeeping team. It's not like we're going to give them, you know, sometimes it will be a weekly notice, or, you know, prior to that, whenever we get it. But, you know, sometimes it can be in a 24 hours notice. And how flexible are they? Can they attend it? And that's probably one of the reasons why I ask all my investors to go through at least 3 cleaners, bring them in the apartment, interview them, ask them if they have actually ran a service accommodation cleaning before. If they have, great, because they will have great knowledge. But yeah, interviewing 3 cleaners is very, very important. The second thing my investors ask me a lot of time is, because how do I find these cleaners? It's very difficult to find them. So I would suggest, and I normally ask every single of my investors to do this, is to post it on Facebook Marketplace, because you'll find local cleaners there. You can also just literally on the search box of Facebook, you should be able to just search cleaners in whatever location, and what happens is, you know, a lot of local businesses now have their page, and you'll be able to contact them directly there. You can also go into Gumtree, and you can either post or you can look for cleaners. If you type in cleaners in, again, whatever location you are, you should be able to find in Gumtree, Google. Quite nice and easy. And at the moment there's another group which is called Serviced Accommodation UK on Facebook, and yeah, a lot of people are very, very helpful there. So again, if you put that in there. So the way, guys, is this is how I'd like my investors to actually hire a cleaner, is to interview at least 3, invite them in the apartment, to tell them exactly what needs and what details they need to go through. The way to find them is, you know, there's several places, and if you go through all of that, you will be able to get 3 or more who will come in, and then you'll be able to interview those housekeeping team. This is where I again, my investors, myself, we prefer to call them housekeeping team, purely because, remember, they're not only there to just come and clean the apartment, they're actually there to do your bedding, and the bedding needs to look like a hotel. They can't just, you know, do a normal bedding. It needs to make sure that they are doing top class hotel kind of job, and that's the reason why I call them my housekeeping team rather than my cleaners. But you can call them whatever you'd like, but that's one of the reasons when we interview them, we got to make sure that they understand the process of just not cleaning, but they need to make sure the beddings are spot on for our guests to come in as well. What I'm going to do is, on the bottom link below, I will leave one of my cleaning checklists that you can just print off, take it with you while you're actually hiring your housekeeping team, and it kind of gives kind of a breakdown of what you're looking for. It will be very, very useful for you guys, and yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I've got so many videos I posted in the last few weeks. Please have a look at them as well, and yeah, have a great day, guys.